What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dominic Rich.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Ryan, LFC.
Big up, peeps. You know it's Ibrook Palmer.
All right, so guys, in today's video, what we're going to do something a little different. We're going to run through all 10 Premier League fixtures, the recently completed Premier League fixtures for match week 33, where we had some pretty exciting matches, some upsets, you know what I mean, and all that good stuff. So we're just going to go through each of these fixtures. We're going to let you guys know how we feel about the respective teams. And, you know, like some of these teams are battling relegation right now. Some of these teams trying to get top 6. Or if it's just been a good season, a mellow season for, you know, the particular club. So how are you guys feeling today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just having my beautiful dinner. So
a beautiful dinner. Delicious dinner, huh?
Beautiful.
So that means it look good too.
Everything nice to them. The match them just calm and the results them just favorable. So I think just nice today, you know.
Yeah, results favorable for you and you. So
yeah,
you
favorable for me because people are drop points all left, right, and center. So everything's nice, you know.
You guys smiling. All right, so guys, the last time we spoke, we were here to talk about the Man City 4, Liverpool 0. Big win for City. Surprising win too, because I wasn't expecting it. I expected to lose that game. And Liverpool expected to win that game. And now, in today's match, you know, today's games, Liverpool win and we lost. So it's like, just a switch right there. So
just goes to show you how this league is exciting. Anything can happen.
Definitely. You know, so right now, let's start with the games from yesterday. Norwich 0, Brighton, Hove Albion 1. We had a 25th minute goal by Leandro Trossard. New to the Premier League, the Belgian has hit the league by storm. So, Ryan, your thoughts on Norwich, man? Norwich at the bottom of the table.
Well,
21 points.
My prediction earlier on, before our football kick in August, I predict Norwich to stay up. I like Norwich a lot, and they do okay to me in the Premier League, but not good enough to stay up in the English Premier League. And, you know, it's fascinating after the game finished, I never ever see something like this in England. The game finished and almost all of the players outside, some in the stands, some on the field, some on the bench. The thing is just not looking good for Norwich right now. And I like Brighton play football right now. This season, them do okay for me in the Premier League. Good enough to stay up in the Premier League one season again for Brighton. And they're up against Liverpool next in the Premier League. So I'm excited to see that game against Brighton and Liverpool.
Yeah, so the guys...
I didn't understand what you were saying about Norwich. What happened with Norwich at the end of the games, though?
It's true. All of them that sat on the field because they felt dejected. The thing you have to look at, you know, that these guys are thinking about their future and pay cuts and moves and so forth because they're likely to go down to the relegation. So that's why they're considering all of that factors because their livelihoods at risk as well.
I didn't see that, but let me say something.
All right.
Norwich deserved this, you know. Norwich deserved this because, and you can't blame them too because the club was going through some financial issues a few years ago. So the fact that they get promoted, they made a lot of money. So they probably used that money to pay off some debt or probably, you know, consolidate some things. That's why they didn't spend nothing at all in the transfer window.
But Rich, you have to look at this, you know. When September and the matches just started, look at the form that they were in. They were in good form because Pookie, who remember Pookie September, October? He was on form. Yes, so it wasn't with the players per se. What would have changed?
But Palmer, you have to listen to what I'm telling you. You come up with the same bunch of players. This is the Premier League. This is a whole nother level of intensity. These players are not gonna, this is a marathon thing, you know what I'm saying? I know the championship is longer too, but the Premier League, the intensity goes up, the quality goes up. So you could do the quality, you could be good for 2 months like Norwich was, but after 2 months, the quality is gonna wane because you just can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many injuries they got. Injuries after injuries. So that is what haunted Norwich, and they're gonna go down.
What
They're
happened?
down.
What happened, Dominic, where you kind of miss a glow, you kind of miss a big point. With the Norwich, they still come up in the Premier League. The most of their money they spend, they improve. Remember, 14 players was running out of contract with this Norwich team, and they give them all of them new deals and things. So most
But
of the money they put back
Ryan,
into
what
the
does
team.
that have to? Ryan, that's the normal with any team. They put themselves in the predicament for to let the players' contracts run down so low anyway. So instead of trying to bring in new players to strengthen the team, what they did, they rewarded the players who were already there. I'm not saying you can't do that, but you have to bring in players to strengthen the team. The players they brought in were on a free. These are players who were injured left, right, and center, like Dermich, and they brought in some guys in January on free. These are not game changers they brought into their team. They needed to spend, and I'm not saying go crazy like how Villa did, but at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly that point, Dominic, because, right, they could go crazy January and still get relegated, and that will leave them in a worse situation.
But I'm not saying to do that, though. Prepare yourself for the entire season, and you know what I mean, and then you go from there. January you assess, and then you may spend again, like Villa did bring in Samata. We'll get to that, but we don't want to spend too long on Norwich really. But our opinions are gonna differ, but I think Norwich, they just approached the whole thing wrong. That's why Farker isn't going to get sacked. They're not going to sack their manager. He's going to go back down to the championship with them again. And, they just got it wrong.
They have to learn from their mistake. Go down and come back with that experience.
Look at Sheffield. Sheffield are overachieving. Norwich could have done better after how they started. They beat City, for God's sake. They almost pick up a draw against Liverpool. So they're going down. We all agree Norwich going down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Cannot keep a clean sheet.
Exactly. On Brighton, they just can't score. Pookie has lost his touch, everything, They just, and they might actually have to sell off a few players to like Aarons and Cantwell and one or two more.
I think Liverpool link with corporate player too, and Arsenal.
Maybe Cantwell, maybe Todd Cantwell. But with Brighton, I think, under that guy, Graham Potter, they did really well this season. They surprised a lot of people. And, 15th right now, 36 points, they're safe. That's a great season for Brighton. They can't complain there. They're back in the Premier League next year. After getting promoted a few seasons ago, they're still here. And if you look at the business Brighton have been doing, smart business, why they're still up. They brought in guys like Trossard, Mopai, you know what I'm saying? Proven players. And they're still up, you know what I mean? But it just goes to say, you know what I mean? Like, Norwich just didn't spend right. It just didn't do good business. That's just what I think. You might not feel like that, but that's just what I think. The next game, Leicester 3, Crystal Palace 0. It seems like Crystal Palace, since they got beaten by Liverpool, they 2 losses in a row there, man. But Palace, right now, they're 14th, 42 points. So it's a good season for Palace still. They survived again, you know what I'm saying? And they could still challenge for a Europa League place. Leicester, they needed that win. Vardy getting his 100th goal and, Iheanacho scoring as well. Leicester, they needed that win big time. They're still third, 58 points. How you guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, Palace is a good team. They have good individual players. Maybe the team isn't gelling as much, but they're a fairly decent Premier League size team. We don't expect much better from them versus a Leicester. But 3-0 is quite overly excessive. They could have kept it below 3. But, well, this is just another result to me, really. I wish they had beaten Leicester that we could leapfrog them. But, yeah, just another result.
Yeah, when you say we, that's a Chelsea fan talking for the people who are new in here. Ryan, your thoughts?
Well done to Jamie Vardy to get 100 goal in the English Premier League. Not many Premier League striker can score 100 goal in the Premier League. So he has to give Jamie Vardy, proven Premier League striker. Well done to Leicester to get that victory. And I'm so happy for Brendan Rodgers. I want them to stay in the top 4. I want them to get the third spot. Regardless of what happened from their comeback from Premier League restart, they was his third best team in England. They perform very well. I have to give them a lot of credit, man. So well done to Leicester City.
That is true. That is true. They needed that. They needed that win, man. They needed that win because they were not in very good form coming into the last couple of games there. They were like stuck on 55 points, it seems. So they're now 58 points. And do you guys think that Leicester could get top 4? Because if we check the fixtures real quick, we have a lot of fixtures to go through. And they play Arsenal, Bournemouth, Sheffield. They have some tough fixtures, though.
I have them finishing 5th.
Tottenham and Man United. They have some tough fixtures.
I have them finishing 5th.
But the thing is, Leicester is a tough team to predict because they could beat anybody.
Anybody could beat them.
Yeah, true. But they could beat anybody. So
but remember that they play directly against their rivals as well.
Yeah, they have 4 big games. They have Arsenal, Sheffield United, and Tottenham.
Man U, they have Man U, right?
Yeah.
I don't see them beating this Man U side right now. Just me personally, in my opinion.
Ryan, you think they get top 4 or what? You want them to get top 4, but do you think they get top 4?
Definitely too late for Manchester United to get top 4.
Wait.
That's my honest opinion.
What you said? 2 what? 2 what?
In my
he said it's too late. It's not too late.
I don't know if you really. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if you are.
As a matter of fact,
the table right now. As
a matter of fact,
the table.
As a matter of fact, I think Man U will finish 3rd and Chelsea will finish 4th.
Wait,
based on the fixtures.
Ryan, are you aware of the table right now, though?
Yes.
How many points Man U have?
Man U have 55 points.
Okay,
Wolves have 55 points. Sheffield United have in them 60s.
They can have more than the others.
They have more in them 50s. Them win yesterday.
Okay. Forget about that.
Have what, 58 points?
Okay. Just
they
continue.
Have 58.
Who have 58 points?
Who have Leicester City have 58 or 59.
58. Yeah. I think you're talking about Leicester.
In my honest opinion, Man United going at Leicester City, and that's not going to be an easy game for Manchester United. In my honest opinion, I think it's too late for Manchester United.
Right. Think about it.
Look. Put all biasness aside.
Yeah, because I don't like Man United. Listen.
Why, when my honest opinion, you guys are always down on my back.
Look, we respect your opinion. We just giving our opinions on your opinion.
No, listen, you have your opinion. You ask me.
Okay.
How you think about
No, the thing you said the thing that you said that we disagree with is not your opinion. It's the fact that you said it is too late. Exactly. That is what he's saying.
Listen.
We respect your opinion, right? This is a discussion, Ryan. We respect your opinion.
All right. But my honest opinion, Man United, they're not going to get top 4.
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
They're not getting top 4.
Okay. You give your piece on United right there, but we'll get back to them. We don't want to spend too long there. Palace, I think they did really well. They were on a great run, stopped by Liverpool, and now they lose to Leicester again. They have now lost 7-0 across the last 2 matches without scoring. That's poor. But I think they finish around, where they at 14th, 12th around there, which is pretty good for Roy Hodgson and Palace. Not bad at all. Not bad. The next game, and I said we'll get to Man United. Man United 5, Bournemouth 0. Man United has not lost in about 17 games or so. Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, Bruno Fernandes. These guys are absolutely on fire. And what you say, Ryan, you need to sometimes put your bias against Man United aside. And let me finish, please. Put your biasness against Man United aside. You got to give credit when credit is due. Man United is a vastly improved team. They started out the season very badly. I know you're a Liverpool fan and you don't like United, but come on, we're here to be objective, okay? We have to be objective. United are one of the best teams right now. Even on form, better than City, better than Liverpool, Chelsea, and Leicester City. And that's a fact. That's not opinion. That's a fact. That's a fact. They're the best team in England right now on form. Ajamu, am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah, you are correct. What I want to say, just before you think I have a bias to it, I hate Man United more than any other team in England. You see, when I just started watch football, Man United was the worst competition, Man United, I hated them because everybody was talking about Man United and I didn't want to support that team because they were it. That was football at the time. I don't like Man, but right now, I can't be biased in saying they have a wonderful team now. Right now, they can beat anybody.
Listen. I don't like Man United. You don't like Man United. You don't like Man United. But you have to give credit when credit is due. Man United are playing well right now. They have 55 points.
I'm giving you my opinion. And even you guys
Ryan,
explain myself why
hear me
I
out.
said.
Sometimes you have to throw opinion out the window. Off the top floor, throw it out the window and give and talk facts.
No, I don't have a problem with his opinion, But the thing is what he said. He said it is too late. That is the thing I have an issue with. It's not too late.
For United, right? Here who they have left. Villa. That's a win.
Yeah.
I'm just predicting.
They
could lose. They could lose.
But they're not going to lose.
Villa beat them the first leg, right?
Okay,
remember.
I just can't wait. Listen to the pictures.
Villa, Southampton, Palace. I see them winning all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They play Chelsea. That one could go anyway. Then they have West Ham and Leicester. United, in all honesty, could win all 6 of their remaining games. The way they've been playing. I don't know, and I know you, Ryan, I don't know if you've been watching the Man United game. Have you been watching the United matches?
I watched the United game. Man United not playing nobody. They're not playing nobody.
Okay. Look, give the respect. Give the respect when the respect is due.
You have my opinion on Manchester United.
No, give the respect. Listen, give the respect when the respect is due.
They are playing some very good football. But
listen, give the respect when the respect is due.
They give Chelsea 4.
Leicester City beat Southampton 9-0. Southampton went back and spanked them, right? We beat Southampton. Southampton is a team, a pushover team. For the last couple of seasons. They beat us today.
All right.
So you can't come and say, let me finish. You can't come and say they're playing nobodies when the Premier League teams, everybody beating everybody.
I'm just making joke, man. I'm just whining.
I know you're making joke, but listen. We're serious now because listen, all of us see Man U. If we were Man U fans, no, but see, if we were Man U fans, we'd understand. But we're not Man U fans. We hate Man U more than you.
Look here. We're having a serious discussion. Don't come say about you're making joke to try.
I'm just whining up United fans, man. Just like them to whine up us.
No.
Listen. Just like our Man United was saying, you guys not going to win the Premier League, Corona Premier League, listen. I'm just winding up United.
Listen, these are just some stupid fans who, and it's like people say.
It's just the banter.
It's like people say, don't come use no banter as no excuse here. You truly mean what you said. You truly mean what you said.
It's true.
You just don't like United. And you're trying to discredit. But
the guy is trying to dig himself out of a hole, Dominic. You should allow him to dig himself out of the hole because it didn't look good. Listen, he made some statement that didn't look proper, so he's trying to redeem himself. So let him get that chance to do so.
We do the banter as well, but we're also here to talk good, pure football as well.
Just for Man United, they want to play some really good stuff. Remember, I was the guy who would come from my channel and say, listen. Liverpool has to be careful. These guys not far away from Liverpool. You know? Remember all of them good stuff that I talk about United. Now it's just a banter, bro. Just winding up United.
I'm not buying it. But Bournemouth, 2 goals they scored in this game. They went ahead, 16th minute. I watched this game, but I started watching it late.
I watched the full game.
United came back, bang, 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 and then Bournemouth actually came back in the game. 3-2, and then I think they had scored a goal that was disallowed or something like that, and it could have been 3-3 or something happened in that game, and then United just went and scored.
Because when both ways, Bournemouth lost a call and Man U lost a call, but Man U were better. I was hoping that Bournemouth would win, but they can't defend to save themselves, so Man U just dominated the game. And they brought on some good changes, and from those changes came on. That was it.
Yeah. I think Greenwood looks good. Bruno Fernandes is look, if Bruno Fernandes started at the beginning of the season, you're talking player of the year. Player of the year. Forget about Henderson. Forget about Kevin De Bruyne. This man has just, I don't know why he was at Sporting for that long. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
He's Portuguese.
But, yeah, I don't know why he was stuck over there so long, but he's worth the money. Bournemouth, I think they're going down. What are your thoughts on that?
Bournemouth, they're known to score a lot of goals in the English Premier League, and just recently, they're just not scoring and they're just not keeping clean sheet. And for me, anyhow, they will play in the Championship next season. They have some very good players, but Bournemouth known to play some tiki-taka football, score a lot of goals, and they just cannot score and then cannot keep clean sheets. So I think they will go down. That's my honest opinion on Bournemouth.
Well, all I have to say, this is a big boy league, and they're just not good enough to play the big boys at this point. So they have to wheel and come again. So that's just it.
I think Bournemouth, it's a tricky situation. If you watch the business that they have been doing, kind of
they make some bad business. They make some really
like first of all, they pay too much money for y'all players, for Liverpool players. So Solanke, too much money. Jordan Ibe, they paid a lot of money for him. He's now left the club.
Nearly 50 million for them both players.
Yeah, Jordan Ibe left the club. So it's bad spending.
He leave?
Yeah, he leave the club, yeah.
Where him gone?
Without a club right now. He's probably negotiating with a new club. But Jordan Ibe is done for Bournemouth. And a few other guys have left the club too. Contracts not being renewed. 27 points. They could still survive, you know. But quickly, take a look at their fixtures. They have Tottenham, Leicester, Man City, Southampton, Everton. They're done. They're done. As for United, that sentence. You know what I mean? As for United, I think United are going to get top 4. At least top 5. Because, you know, they probably rely on City getting banned. But I do think one of Leicester or Chelsea are falling out the top 4. And I think United are going to take one of their spots. Seriously, they've been playing really well. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. Big win for Arsenal, man. I think this is back-to-back wins for Arsenal right now.
Well done to the Gunners.
Yeah,
well done to the Gunners.
Yeah, they actually been winning. Wait. They
win their last 4 games, bro.
Yeah, Southampton. They beat Sheffield in the that's the FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
Then they beat Norwich and they beat Wolves. Bouncing back after the loss. The humiliating losses by the hands of Brighton and City after the restart. So Arsenal, they're looking good again.
Yeah, that was a wonderful surprise for me. So that's all I would say. Because
Arsenal, when Mikel Arteta took over and they were really good, you know. They were really good. They didn't lose anything. Only in the Europa League, I think they got knocked out. But in the Premier League, they were really good. And they're now 7th again, 49 points. My thoughts on this, Arsenal, Europa League. Europa League again.
You think so? You think they will make it?
Yeah, Europa League. They have, they will make it. They have Leicester, Tottenham. Whoa.
You think so? Okay.
Leicester, Tottenham.
They have a chance.
Wait, Leicester, Tottenham.
If I think they have a chance to make it, well, if it's possible.
Man City is in the FA Cup, though.
If it's possible that they can make it, they have a chance, of course, but it just look very sticky. Remember, others are also playing for their spots.
Look, they have Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool in the Premier League. The last 2 fixtures are winnable in Aston Villa and Watford. They could beat City. Anybody could beat City. Let me just put that out there.
Watford and Aston Villa fight for them lives. So
that would be difficult. That would be difficult.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, but it could also be an advantage for Arsenal too. These players will be tense. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in a tense situation, you could make stupid mistakes and then lose the plot. So it's a big win for Arsenal. Goes by Saka. That was a brilliant goal by the young man just signing the contract. Yeah, he's looking good. And Lacazette with a really good goal, man. That was a good goal. Lacazette proving his work. Ryan, I know you reacted to those goals as well. So good job there. Wolves, they haven't been losing a lot, but that win would have put them really nicely. It would have put them they would have been 6 still on goal difference. But they're on 52 points. Wolves could still get top 4. Let's take a look at Wolves' remaining fixtures. They play Sheffield, Everton, Burnley, Crystal Palace, and Chelsea. These are all winnable games for Wolves. Even the Chelsea match is winnable for Wolves.
I'm not gonna pay any mind, Dominic. We gave them 5 last time.
It is.
We gave them 5 the last time.
But look, congratulations to Wolves. They just got promoted and they have overachieved Nuno Espirito Santo. And they are doing a great job, man.
Very good team.
Doing a great job.
Remember, they take the W over you, guys. Remember.
All right. So, guys, the next game, Ajamu, your game.
Yeah.
Chelsea 3, Watford 0. Big win for Chelsea, man.
Yeah, it was a good game, It was tough, but Watford gave away too much fouls, and they gave away. They played untied because they pull a sick penalty. That was just some rookie errors and things that shouldn't happen. And we beat them for pace. The ball was good. It was one of our better games since the comeback. It was a nice game, refreshing.
I think Giroud, really good goal by Giroud though. They moved the ball nicely there. And Giroud with his
because of the experience, because of the experience, he know to put them away. That's the difference between him and Abraham.
It's like Giroud knew exactly where he was and he put it.
You don't have to look. You don't have to look where the goal is. He does know exactly. Look how he placed it. He knew that it scored before he left his foot.
Exactly. One of the most underrated striker in world football. Remember me telling you, that guy, Giroud, is one of the more underrated footballers.
Because he has no pace.
He bring a lot of different things to this Chelsea team. And he's a very good player. You understand? He win the World Cup, so. But Watford, trust me, they did not come to play any football. They just come to try to get a point at Stamford Bridge. The whole 11 man behind the ball. And when you're down in relegation, he has to score a goal. And if you don't score a goal, he has to go down.
Because after we score 2, after we score the first 2, they stopped chasing the game altogether. All they did put everybody behind the ball. So we already know the result from then.
And that's the thing too. When you're down in the relegation zone, it's like, oh God, again, we lost again. So they're deflated and they give up. But that was a good penalty taken by Willian. I think he has scored like 3-4 goals now in the last couple of games. Do you think they should give Willian what he's asking for, meet him halfway somewhere and lock him down?
Listen, if the guy asks for 3 years, if it's a monetary issue that he wants, security, pay him the amount that value 3 years and let him do the 2 years or give an option for extension or something. Because he's a very useful player in terms of free kicks, penalties, and being an attacking threat.
Right now, an experienced player like William Chelsea for lose him with, it's unfortunate. This guy
for moral as well.
He have a lot more to offer. 31 and just look like him just 22. He looking very good.
Right now, Chelsea should not lose Willian. Willian is an asset more than a liability. Willian is not like a David Luiz. Willian brings goals, he's scoring direct free kicks, his passing, his stamina and work rate. You guys should tie him down. Ross Barkley, been linked to the move outside the club, but this guy keep popping up with the goods, man.
I keep telling people about Ross Barkley. Remember, we keep on forgetting that this guy was Everton. This guy was everything for Everton. This guy was a class player. Since he came to Chelsea, he hasn't shown as much, but I know his quality. And he's producing in the last couple of games. He won us quite a few games recently.
So, guys, do you think Watford will survive, though?
I think
they have 28 points right now.
Watford, they have a lot of experience in that team, and they have goal scorer. They have some very, very good player. And I think with the experience at Watford in the Premier League for a long time, I think they will stay up in the English Premier League to go again. That's why I'm up there.
Right. Sometimes you use the very, very good a bit too loosely, and I told you that. If they were very, very good or so good, what are they doing down there?
No, I said they have some very good players.
They have some average players. It's some average players on an average team. They have a very good player by the name of Ismail Assar, and they have a few good players in there. But you're like, and I told you that some of these teams are no good.
But Dominic, you're changing your word now, because I told you that Watford is not a Premier League team, and you're gonna tell me that they're gonna play Chelsea. They're not a good team.
I'm telling Ryan this, and Ryan always use the word very, very good, very, very good.
They have some good player. There are some good players can play in the top in Everton.
You have to call it how it is. If the team ain't good, the team ain't good. I know you're trying to give credit, but sometimes you don't want to give no credit to Man United, but you're calling Watford very, very good. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You understand? Watford ain't good. You see every time they play City, what happened?
Remember, Watford beat Liverpool. They beat Liverpool. Yeah, that's why they're good. You're going to see them as a good team. But they can't beat a team like Chelsea.
That is why you say they're very, very good.
Listen, they're subpar. They're below average. They're not good enough for the Premier League. But
I think they would survive, though.
No, but even if they survive, they're still not good enough. They still have to improve. And if they survive, they will just survive.
They need to do some they need to
How you talk about?
If they survive, right? If they survive, we're talking about Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney is not Jamaican. So
I don't know what he's coming off. I don't know what he's coming off.
I don't know what you hyping up for. Troy Deeney refused to play for Jamaica.
No, I'm not talking about Jamaica or whatever.
No, that is why.
Troy Deeney is a proven goal scorer.
Troy Deeney not good. Troy Deeney is not good.
No matter what happens, he still is a proven goal scorer in the Premier League.
Troy Deeney is a hard worker, but Troy Deeney is at most championship quality.
Yeah, he have good qualities and good attributes, but he's not the standard of winning the Premier League.
In today's video, we're keeping it real.
Okay.
Chelsea. Do you think Chelsea gonna get top 4?
They will just finish 4th.
So you think Leicester is going to miss out? Do you think Leicester?
Yeah, I think Leicester will miss out and United finish 3rd. That's what I think.
Got Chelsea, they got Palace, Sheffield, Norwich. All winnable games for Chelsea in the form that they have shown. Then they have, Man United, Liverpool, and Wolves. 3 tough games. 3 tough games. It's hard to predict. But I think it's going to be very, very, very close, man. It's going to be so close. You know what, guys? What we're going to do? We're going to save the top 4 thing for another thing because it's taking up a lot of time, man. So, guys, the next fixture, Burnley 1, Sheffield United 1. I was actually not watching this game. This morning, I saw the game and I said to myself, but you know what? I'm going to do something else. I had some things I had to work on in terms of like some research and thing I was doing. And I'm like, I'm not watching this. This would put me to sleep. It was early. I'm like, this is going to put me to sleep. So 43rd minute goal by Tarkowski and then Johnny Egan with an 80-minute goal. 1-1. Point apiece. What are your thoughts on how Burnley's season is going so far, Ryan? Burnley is 9th, 46 points. Surprising, they're 9th. You know, and Sheffield, they're 8th, 48 points. This is crazy.
This is the Premier League, brother. Burnley, in the early part of the season, they may have looked consistent. They would have picked up some win here and there. So that's why they have so many points. A lot of points that they will stay up. Sheffield United will stay up. I hope not Sheffield United go to Europa League because they're not going to have that squad to play in the Europa League. And it might be can end up next season in the relegation because they have to start them season much more early. So I wish best thing for them to stay in the don't qualify Europa League. Don't qualify for Europa League. So
remember that happened to Burnley.
Burnley, yeah, and they nearly get relegated.
Exactly.
2 seasons ago.
They struggle. But the thing is, I'm surprised that Burnley is so close behind Sheffield because Burnley was going through a lot of stuff lately with the players. They can't agree on the contracts. And quite like 3 to 4 players left the club June 30th. And Sheffield, after restart, they haven't been good at all. But in their previous game, they picked up a big win.
Against Tottenham Spurs.
Yeah, big win against Tottenham when Mourinho was. I didn't watch this game. It was on, but I think another game was on at the same time, and I didn't choose to watch this game. But since the restart, man, they haven't been good. You know what I mean? They lost to 0-0 draw against Villa, a game they should have won. They had a controversial goal that wasn't allowed. Then they lost to Newcastle, lost to United. Then they lost to Arsenal. They beat Tottenham and now a 1-1 draw. So that's some good results. The last fixtures are against Wolves. They play Chelsea, a match I think they're gonna win. I'm only joking there though. I'm only joking.
I'm not paying any money, you know.
Leicester City, Everton, Southampton. I think they'll pick up a couple draws here and there, but I don't see these as games that they're going to like. They might win one. I think they're going to win 2 at most out of the last couple games they have left. 5 games. The most games they could win, I think, is 2. And it would cap off a very respectable season back in the Premier League, in my opinion. You know, so thoughts on these teams, Ajamo?
2 decent teams, 2 surprising teams. They made strong runs, so this was as expected. I didn't expect them to go the full season and qualify for Europe. However, they went off to a good start, and this is where they're comfortable. Around 7th to 10th or 12th.
Yeah,
this is a decent, respectable place for newly promoted Premier League teams that are trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, I think Sheffield did some good business as well. They bought Lise Mousset. They bought guys like Ollie McBurney. They bought in Sander Berger from Genk, and that's a big player, 20-something million. You know what I mean? And he's the Norwegian is highly rated. So they show intent, and I like that. They spent smart. They didn't spend too big, but they spent smart. They did what Norwich didn't do, and that's the point I was trying to make with the whole Norwich situation. So hats off, man. Hats off to Chris Wilder and Sheffield. But we're going to move on from these 2 teams because we know where these 2 teams are going to end up in mid-table, 10th, 8th to 10th, the most. I don't think Sheffield will get Europe. And they would want, as Ryan said, they would wish they don't get Europe because going through qualifiers, it's not what you want. I think when you play 7th, you go through the qualifiers. 5 and 6 get automatically placed into the Europa League, and 7 go to qualifiers. Newcastle 2, West Ham 2, a game I actually saw today. West Ham going ahead twice, first through Antonio, which was a mistake by Lascelles. And then, did you guys see this game?
Yeah.
I see not in and out seeing this game, but West Ham, they just, I don't know what's to West Ham, they focus.
But wait. You realize West Ham beat Chelsea in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what happened in West Ham, they just cannot keep focus at the back. They are always making individual mistakes. They go 2 times in front and they just cannot. They keep on a make mistake and let them themselves. Same thing against Chelsea. They almost draw or lose that game and they come back to the.
Yeah, the difference between this Newcastle side and the Chelsea side, that this Newcastle side is more a physical match up with them, so they have to play more within themselves. And it's the Premier League, you know, any team can lose to any team because the team in 28 can beat Liverpool.
You know why?
Like Watford. So
you know why Chelsea lost to West Ham is a physicality, you know. League double. And as you said, Newcastle have guys that are willing to go
to match them, go toe to toe with them. Yeah.
Exactly. So Almiron is playing really well. Sid Maximan is playing really well. Shelvey was adamant not to lose this game today. I was like, he was just running up and down, and I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? So
that guy is a very good player. You know? I don't know how that guy is not playing for England. You know? That guy, I don't know why him not. And I don't want to get controversy here because
everybody can play. Everybody can play for England once. A lot of talented players.
On my back, so.
No, but a lot of talented players in England. Everybody cannot play.
Maybe they don't like him, man.
This guy, John Joe Shelby, just forget it. I don't want to talk because my talk will probably be controversy and Liverpool fans will get on my back. So.
You think he should still be at Liverpool? That's what you're trying to say?
I think is the closest thing with the pass and with him play, you know.
Yeah. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player.
And just one thing let down John Joseph all the time in discipline.
Yeah.
When Liverpool sell that guy, I was pissed because this guy have everything to play for this football club. You understand? And most people that say because of Jordan Henderson, you know. So
I don't know the backstory there though. So West Ham though. West Ham, big win against Chelsea, a draw here. That's 4 points in 2 matches. Took them up to 31 points. Do you guys think West Ham are safe from the drop?
Yeah. Basically.
You think they're going to survive?
Yeah, they have some okay players, so hopefully.
Big stadium.
They can survive. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking at. they can't afford to go down to the championship with that saying who's going to maintain it. They will be bankrupt.
Look, they spend big money, 45 million pounds.
And that's the problem. There's so many things going on at West Ham Football Club with the fans and with the board. Something not right, because when you look at West Ham United, they spend some good money, but I think them buy some player. They need a football director.
I think the problem with West Ham is not the stadium, is not the board, it's the players need to step up. If the players step up, they could win more games.
Yeah, but that man, they sign some player. They sign a lot of players we cost a lot of money and do
that. Is true too. That is true.
Yeah, because they're unproven. Because they're coming from other leagues. They're good in other leagues, but they're unproven in the Premier League too.
No, you're right about that. It's the players' job to adapt to the league, Ajamo.
Yeah, but look at it. It doesn't always happen. Look at Pepe at Arsenal. It doesn't always happen. A player coming from another league can be a failure as well.
Pepe is coming into his own. Just give him some time.
But it's the same thing with the players from West Ham, Dominic. If you look at it, like they have time to adapt as well.
So what about Bruno Fernandes? How come he just drop and run?
I said some people. It's not the same for everybody. Look at Pulisic. But look at Pulisic, right? He came in at a slow start, then he pick up and shoot up, then he got injured.
I think y'all put too much pressure on Pulisic. That's the problem.
No, it's not pressure. Who put pressure on him? Who put pressure on him? It's not we put pressure on him. It's American fans. It's not Chelsea fans. We see him just another player. We don't see him as anything like out of the ordinary. He's just another player to us.
A special player out of the ordinary. He is.
Just like Hazard and Willian and all of our players are special to us. I'm saying as a Chelsea fan, we did not put extra pressure on Pulisic. It's the American media that did that. We didn't pressure Pulisic for anything. We didn't expect him to perform like Hazard levels. He's doing okay.
Look. The man played a couple games. The man played a couple games. He is cool. There's already talk about he's not settling well and if he's gonna get dropped and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just give the man some time. That's all I'm saying. But going back to West Ham though. West Ham has done some bad business. Yes, like they had Carlos Sanchez at the club, the Colombian, 34-year-old, big wages. He hardly played. He has now left the club.
So was that a bad signing? Carlos Sanchez has a lot of experience. Look at it.
That's a bad signing because they're not using him. They have
if they're not using him, that's bad. But I'm saying having a player like Carlos Sanchez, that's a lot of experience around here.
Yeah, but what has Carlos Sanchez does? Nobody don't even know who Carlos Sanchez is. You know what I'm saying?
He's a big Colombian international experience player.
He has done nothing. He's a rash player who running and tackle and you know, and these are the things that haunt these clubs. Believe me, I watch a lot of these teams play.
So what about players like Haller?
Like Haller?
Yeah.
That's why I said it's up to the players to step up. Ryan, didn't I say it's up to the individuals to step up?
Yeah, but you would look at that when he just came as a good signing.
Listen, I don't care what you want to say. You get hired at a new job, you better perform. Okay? It doesn't matter what. You took the job. Perform or leave. Go back to where you came from.
I don't disagree with you, Dominic, but I'm just stating the reality of the situation, right?
I don't think that's the problem with West Ham. It's down for the individuals now to step up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you look at the players, player for player, you see that there's quality and there's potential quality in the team if you look at
exactly. Why Lanzini need to step up. Felipe Anderson need to step up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at those players.
Yeah, they need to step up. That's all.
Yeah.
I think they'll barely survive, but this should be a wake-up call for them, though. Newcastle, I think, has been doing well. They are rumored to be going to be taken over eventually by basically Saudi Arabia, because that's what's gonna fund them, the Saudi Arabia fund, basically. And
House of Saud.
Are you guys looking forward to see that happen?
Yes, I want that to happen. I want Newcastle to be taken over by the Saudis, and I want Arsenal to be taken over by Dangote. I want the Premier League to be have the best players. It'll be like a mini Champions League or like a Super League.
But it's already been that, though. 5 winners in the last 8 seasons. It's already like that.
Look, it's not really like that, because after this round of Champions League, we could be seeing no Premier League teams in it.
Yeah, but still. Ryan, your thoughts on Newcastle getting taken over, becoming the new Man City?
Yeah,
basically.
it's. I'm just waiting, man. This thing take forever. Nearly 2 months are going and
So
going
you
and go
want
on
it to
and go.
happen?
Yeah, I want it. I like
Why?
Newcastle.
Why?
Hmm?
You like Newcastle?
You
I
like
like True
Newcastle?
George.
You like
No.
Newcastle?
No. I
You
like
like
True George. I want the
Arsenal?
best for him. I
True
want the best for
Geordie.
True George. Yeah.
Okay, you like Newcastle.
No,
You
I
like
like
Arsenal. You like
no.
who? You like? Make up your mind, bro.
The
He
only
don't. He
team
just
out of
don't like Man
Liverpool.
U. He just don't like
The
Man
only
U.
team out of I really like Arsenal. Can I watch Arsenal a lot.
Make up your mind. You got
So
to
you
make
don't
up your
like.
mind.
You don't like Chelsea.
Me never say me like Chelsea.
Oh, okay. Just a check.
So Newcastle right now, they're doing pretty well this season, and they're currently 12th. Currently 12th, not bad. They have 43 points, and I heard a commentator say that this is the best position that Newcastle has been in years. Remember, they newly came back up to the Premier League, you know, and they have done pretty well this season. About the takeover, to be honest, I don't care. I have never spoken about the takeover on my channel. I have never spoken about the takeover.
Until now.
Until now, probably, maybe I mentioned it already, but I have never made a designated video talking about the takeover.
You did.
I made a video talking about the takeover, Ryan. I made a video talking about Newcastle takeover.
So that the primary school teachers.
Listen, when you find it, show it to me.
I know that's possible though. It's possible, you know, it's very possible.
Dominic.
Mm.
Dominic. Remember when you do the
Yo,
yeah.
remember we doing a video.
Hold on, do you remember when you did the Atalanta video?
He might mention it, man. He might have mentioned it, man.
Fine fun factor.
And
then you tell me, Sir Ryan, right now you're right. You don't care if the video is good. You're right now.
I did not do any video about Newcastle.
More research, man. Then
I didn't do no research. I did whatever research I did on Newcastle was for me to understand what's going on in case somebody asked me about it. But I never made any video about Newcastle's takeover.
Okay, move on, Mr. Rich.
I don't care. How I feel about that, I don't care about it. If it happens or not, I don't care because people are just hypocrites. City got taken over. They're criticizing City, but now Newcastle getting taken over. They want Newcastle to get taken over. So it's gonna be the same.
The difference between City and Newcastle is that why more people would support a Newcastle takeover is because Newcastle already had a large fan base and it is seen as a traditional club. That's the difference in how that's how I view what would cause the difference there.
Okay, so how is City not seen as a traditional club when it has been around since 1894?
Newcastle
championship.
Yeah, because Newcastle, you know, Newcastle was a successful club in Europe and even in winning the first division.
Dominic.
City won the first division as well.
Dominic, relax.
Newcastle is a bigger club historically than Manchester City.
Newcastle is a bigger club than club, brother.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's why you guys took 30 years to win a title, right?
You take 47.
What does it matter if the club is big or not?
You take 47 years to win a title. You take 47 years.
But it doesn't matter.
Listen.
But it doesn't matter.
Chelsea take 47. Chelsea take 57 years to win it. Man United take 46. All of Unwa talk about Liverpool take 30 years.
But still, you took 30 years though.
In the matter, you take 47 years to win it.
Look, you're not even 30 years. You're not even 30. You're not even 30. So you were born. You weren't even, you were born and you
listen,
look.
You see all these people talk about big club and who take church. This is what I have to say about that. Listen, when I started watching Premier League 2010 or thereabout, I didn't know anything about the league. All I saw Chelsea. I like how they play football. I didn't know anything about. I didn't do any background research. I like the players. I like Drogba and the squad. And I just used to follow Chelsea. I didn't look at the whole history of who won, who what in England.
Ryan, you get in this thing mixed up. You're not from England. I am not from England. Palmer is not from England. Get out of the English mentality. If it's big, it's big. If it's small, it's small. We support who we support. You know what I'm saying? Being big or being small doesn't. United is big. They've been playing Europa League, right?
The fact is Newcastle is a bigger club than Manchester City. That's a fact. Let's just move on. I don't have enough time. Let's just move on.
Some bullshit, man. Seriously.
Let's move on to the rest of the game.
Aston Villa 0.
Can I go first? Can I go first? Well,
keep
in the first half, they play like they still overhung. So, Mane get a decent goal, and Club Subban Curtis Jones, and he scored because he probably wasn't among the people that were legally eligible to drink. Because that was the excuse you guys used the last time, because you overhung, that's why you lost. And the match is the official match, and you lost fair and square.
This game is showing us, the last couple of games is teaching us a lot about Liverpool and what they need to do going forward, right? Liverpool was struggling so bad in this game. Aston Villa had Liverpool, right? And it wasn't until the silly water break they had in the 68th minute, the Aston Villa lost the concentration. I know Klopp brought on Henderson, Wijnaldum, and Fabinho. I watched the game and took off Ox, he took off Fabinho, and he took off Origi, who went and dyed his hair. I don't know what he's thinking there, but it wasn't until that Liverpool started to play better.
And they put on good players too. They put on Henderson and Firmino and
no, that's what I just said. That's what I just said. And the water break kind of disrupt Aston Villa, and they conceded.
You know what I believe personally, of my personal experience, water breaks make you more tired. Because if I'm running like a marathon and I stop, I feel more fatigued personally.
It's the momentum, you know.
Yeah, because you lost the momentum and all the adrenaline and all of that.
Exactly. You know, so the water break kind of, you know what I mean, it messed with the players as well. It messed with, as much as they might think that they need it, you might not need it. You know what I mean? The opposition team is probably saying, yeah, boy, woo, good, let's reset and come again and hit them. And that's what happened. You know, Ryan, brief thoughts on the game?
Well, honestly,
result?
As we said, Dominic, in my opinion, this show me a lot about this Liverpool team. And it's our first level. Whenever Jurgen Klopp decides he's going to give Navigator, Axel Chamberlain, Divock Origi a chance, these guys cannot step up. These guys continue to fail us. That's why Jurgen Klopp has for Jordan Henderson, Gini, and Roberto Firmino. These guys cannot even sit on the bench and say, let us watch back.
Exactly, I get some rest.
The team. And really and truly, we really need Liverpool fans. I always tell you guys, we need a creative midfielder, Navigator. This guy hardly even put 3-4 games consistently for say, yes, this guy can be the creative midfielder. Regardless of what, he always injured. But for me, he's not good enough right now. He's at Cole, Axel Chamberlain at Cole. We really need to go into the market come summer because FIFA.
No.
Yeah,
no,
but you just brought.
Wait,
FIFA right now, FIFA allow owners to put in a little bit of money because there's so much money the club them lost. So this is no excuse for the Liverpool fan base. And for telling me we need a creative midfielder, we need a centre forward or we need a next winger because Shaqiri, they're not pulling their weight. We need a centre back, we need a left back, we need 4 players to complete this Liverpool mission. If we want to go to the next level, we have to go for it.
Wait.
Improve this squad.
Which level are you going to go to again?
Yeah, because that's the thing I said. Listen,
wait. You win the Champions League, right?
The potential. When we say go to the next level, when we say go to the next level for win 2 Premier League, 3 Premier League.
Yeah, you want to maintain it. You want to maintain it. But listen.
So basically, what you're saying, the squad you have right now is inadequate to make a run like that, basically.
Next season, we have to improve. If we don't improve, we cannot win the Premier League. We cannot win the Premier League with the same set of players come next season. Something have to jack. Something have to really happen.
Yeah, but
you know that.
Ryan just carried something to my attention. I know that this first starting 11, it is surprisingly, it is so good. It is so well that they don't even need a squad After any depth, because they keep all the momentum. But what we have next year is that, listen, what we have next year is that mental fatigue will also kick in as well as physical fatigue. But the starting 11 is so excellent that it is so good.
But a question,
don't need a bench.
You know what happened, Palmer? We are so lucky and so blessed
that they keep healthy.
Look at Manchester City.
Yeah.
They lost Laporte. They lost De Bruyne. They lost Sane. We didn't even kick a ball this season and they still keep up with the rest of the Premier League team. Look at Liverpool. We are so lucky we do not get an injury with a key player like a Virgil van Dijk or a Mohamed Salah. We're going to miss a lot of games, like miss 10, 11 games.
If that had happened, you guys would not be up there right now.
We really, and this is what FSG, they need to put money into the club. They need to put money.
They have already put money into the club, hence the reason why you are where you're at right now.
Which money they put in the club? Which money?
Van Dijk, Alisson.
Put in the money, go check it out.
But hear this, hear me.
If you look how we next spend the money.
Just hear me now, man.
Look how we next spend.
Could I say something? Forget about net spend. Don't go looking up net spend or anything right now. Let me tell you something. You could do what you want with your money. If I get paid a certain amount of money per year and you get paid a certain amount of money per year and we have the same job, you could go and you could buy a BMW. I could buy a Corolla. It's up to what you want to do with your money. They didn't have to spend the Coutinho money. They could have used that to pay off some other debt somewhere, but they chose to spend that money. You see what I'm saying? All the money they had invested in Coutinho already, they recouped some of that as well.
You know what fans fail to understand is the football, in the guys that it is a sport, but it's also a business. They're in it for profit. They're not in it to break even. These are businessmen. These are businessmen. If they make $100 million, they will spend 60 and bank 40 and spend it on other things.
Exactly. It doesn't mean that because you make Coutinho money, you're going to spend all the money and bring the players. It doesn't make no sense, though. No, I'm just saying, it wouldn't make no sense.
I understand what you guys saying, but if we want to do come next year,
I know. Better. But let me just finish this. You had the money, you put the money into the players, hence the reason why you won Champions League and you won the Premier League. If you didn't put the money in and you had all the players that you had when Klopp just came in, you think you would have been where Everton is right now. That's what would have been happening.
Yeah, because what normally happens in Merseyside, we normally think about which Merseyside team would finish above the other. That's what we normally think about.
But the thing is, people like to criticize City. City spend this, City spend that. But teams are spending too. Liverpool are spending money too. They pay money for Ox. They pay money for Mane. They pay for
but that money, not like you. When you talk, that money, stop. That money, stop. That money,
let me finish talk, no, man.
That money, stop, man. You spend ridiculous money. Liverpool do it.
Ryan,
Liverpool do it.
Could I finish my point? Could I finish my point? What is the right way and what is the wrong way? If you're spending, everybody's spending. Everybody's spending.
Everybody spend, but listen.
Everybody's spending.
You spend ridiculous money.
United spend, PSG, Barcelona. Why are you not talking about the ridiculous money Barcelona spending? They're spending ridiculous money on wages. Real Madrid, everybody's spending to win. The only how you're going to win, you have to spend. You have to spend. That's only how you're going to win. You think Norwich are going to win the league? No, they didn't spend. But if they spent, if Norwich had the bankroll by a country, Qatar, UAE, or Saudi Arabia, and Norwich go and scout and bring in the best players, Norwich would be up in the top 4 right now. Leicester City, they're backed by billionaires, Thailand billionaires. The guy who died in a helicopter, why do you think they're up there? Chelsea, Abramovich, United. We all know, we don't even need to go into that. Wolves, they're backed by big money. You know what I'm saying?
Look at it. Stop getting ignorant, man. Just listen.
I'm not getting ignorant. Listen, we're having a conversation.
All
I'm saying,
people, ridiculous money.
We need to touch on City, you know. We need to touch on City.
When I'm talking, just let me finish now, man. You just keep cutting me. Let me finish my point. I sit back here and I listen to you finish your point. And when I'm talking, because I say something that touch your nerve, you jump and you're talking about, oh, come on. You spend money. That's the whole point. It no matter what you spend 35 to 50 million on players. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Everybody spend. I'm not trying to justify what City is doing. City spend because they can afford to spend.
Seriously, if you can't afford to find $80 million for a player, like say Werner, then who you gonna buy for under that for say 60 million? Who you want to bring in? Who you want to bring in?
Look.
Like just say you want to buy players, right? Who you want to bring in? Because you can't afford to spend 80 million. Who would you bring in to back up your squad? Yeah.
And the thing is, this is a team that just the best team that you guys could possibly put out. Lost to City, and then you had to revert to that team by bringing players off the bench to defeat Villa.
You can't improve your side no more with that amount of money. Anyways.
The Premier League is very unpredictable. And you, Ryan, you're going to end up and eat these same words a couple seasons from now because you're going to have to spend big. You're going to have to spend, or else you'll be reeling a 10th and 9th. Trust me when I tell you that. If you don't spend, that's exactly what's going to happen to you.
Not like how much you spend, brother. You spend ridiculous.
What are you talking about? What I spend and what I spend?
When last you sell a player?
Oh.
When last you spend? Take Leroy Sané.
No. You know what? Let's just finish this thing off.
Take Leroy Sané.
Yeah, let's talk about the City game. Talk about the City game.
Aston Villa, guys, do you think they're going to get relegated?
Definitely. Aston Villa cannot stay up. Let's take Jack Grealish, bring him come to Liverpool to be our.
No, bring him to Chelsea.
Look, you guys can't even afford Jack Grealish, so don't even talk about that.
If he get relegated.
If he get relegated, they can afford him.
No, they cannot afford him. They cannot afford him. Because they don't want to spend any money. Because they want to look like they're not spending any money. So they're not going to buy a player money. Listen, you're not going to pay 60 upwards for Jack Grealish. That's how much he's going to cost. You're not going to buy that.
That money. I'll need to answer my question. You know. When you look at it, you talk about, you know how much money Liverpool spend? You know how much
Plenty.
Liverpool, listen, Liverpool sell cheap player. Liverpool sell cheap player. And over 60 million. When last you sell player? When last you sell a player?
Ryan, we just
over
sell Sané. We just sell Sané.
Take Leroy Sané out there. We just tell it. Take Leroy Sané.
Okay, look, we just sell a player to Juventus and buy back one from Juventus. So
how much you spend? How much you sell? How much you sell?
It's only like 10 mil. And buy for 10 mil. No, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Hello, let's go. Continue.
You know what I'm saying? You sound silly right
so
now.
So let's move on to the City game.
Look. Liverpool won the title.
Let's talk about the City. Let's talk about the City game.
But next season, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on. That's all I'm saying.
But you guys losing to some small teams, that money.
I'm not talking about me. I ever said me alone.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on next season. The next is gonna be very exciting, of course.
United looking good. They might get Sancho. Chelsea are looking good. Tottenham for sure they're gonna come. Arsenal are gonna come. And Klopp said this. Klopp said that. You know, so it's not gonna be a walkover. It ain't gonna be a walkover. Last game of the day, Southampton won, City 0. I made a review.
That money, can I ask you a question? What's your favorite Bob Marley song?
Probably Sun is Shining. A misty morning.
You see, my one is One Love. That's what you got.
One love. Oh, good joke, man. Good joke.
One love.
But look,
one all. Let's together.
Look.
That's the worst way to lose it.
Let me just give my quick thoughts because, you know, we don't have much
time. Yeah.
We played how we usually play. Wasteful. We have the ball. Teams just take whatever opportunity they get. Wait for City to make mistake. And bam, they punish us. The man score. First goal of the season. You know what I mean? Embarrassing loss, in my opinion. We should never lose to Southampton in right about now. That's what I have to say. Right?
That's inconsistent all season, brother.
You know?
Bro,
but you're inconsistent too. You just lost to us. And you, like, come on.
But everybody inconsistent this year. Everybody inconsistent. Listen.
The Premier League.
This City, they fell for the bait because they drew them in. How the line reached so far up. I know that's how they play, but to have everyone in no man's land and no one closing down.
Yeah.
But listen, that the problem, you know. Someone should be closing down that person in midfield. How them let him? That's not Edison's fault, you know. Because any professional striker could have scored that goal, but no one is closing him down in midfield.
This is Zinchenko's fault. You cannot hold on to the ball so long. In Pep's system, you do not keep the ball for so long.
They're not pressing. See, City not pressing anybody.
It's that
Dominic and Palmer. The best goalkeeper in the world should stop that.
Look.
No, he couldn't stop that, Ryan, because I personally found midfield to close down that. You know, see the other one when him stop, well, would that be a sure goal, and because in company line.
You keep saying best goalkeeper in the world, best goalkeeper in the world. Alisson is not the best goalkeeper in the world.
Who is the best goalkeeper in the world?
It's just your opinion. It's all about opinions.
Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world.
He's not the best goalkeeper in the world.
Don't talk.
Thibaut Courtois.
He's not the best goalkeeper. If he was the best goalkeeper in the world, Brazil would have won the World Cup. Okay, he would have stopped everything. He would have stopped everything. He ain't the best goalkeeper in the world.
Both of them not equal because Lloris is not the greatest goalkeeper in the world. So.
Alisson is a
go from my
very
Instagram. I just post the video. Must yesterday ask who is the better goalkeeper. I'm gonna put up a piece of clipping and tag Dominic in it. So go and read the comment. And
no, I'm not at the Instagram settings right now. You know what I mean? But look, Tottenham. The next game's coming up. Tottenham, Everton. We got Watford, Norwich, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. Good luck to Palace there. We have Arsenal, Leicester coming up Tuesday. We have a lot of games coming up this weekend, you know what I mean? We play Newcastle next. Who knows what could happen? And Brighton play Liverpool. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to come back when we can, maybe on Thursday sometime, and we're going to discuss these games, okay?
Definitely.
It has been real. Emotions went wild, but that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to get in their feelings after the video, and, you know, it's all keep this within the video, you know, friendly banter within the video and everything. Okay, so it's been real again. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching another video. Subscribe if you're new. Smash a like. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So from me, your boy Dominic Rich, I like to say peace out. Rich Squad.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching.
Big up on yourself.
All right, guys. So, one love.
Bob Marley, one piece of chicken.
Kill him with the one drop.